I actually think we're not thinking big enough about what we as leaders can do with our organizations. But the real point here is not trying to annoy customers with new business models. It's if you take this mentality that you're now a technology company with a technology platform, are there new adjacent markets you can move into that you have a unique competitive advantage for? So ask yourselves in your business, if you thought of yourself more as a platform, what are unique data sets that only you have that could allow you to compete in new ways that your competitors can't follow? In this age of AI, it's changed our consumption patterns. So we don't actually think about the transaction. We think about the experience. So you've got to really think about what your roadmap's going to be for the next decade. And if you want to do that, my best piece of advice, don't listen to me. I'm too old. Think about the younger people in your organization. I mean, the interns, your newest recruits, basically everyone that wasn't invited to this event are closer to the future than we are, right? And that's a great thing because, you know, ask them about how they use these technologies, how they use AI, how they're cheating on their homework. All of that stuff should inspire you to move more quickly. I also want to give you what I kind of call them these mind grenades. They're like a question you can think about later or talk about with your team. Just imagine this thought experiment. Some fairy godmother gave you unlimited resources, talent, to basically reinvent your organization in the next 18 months in any way you wanted. What would be the most provocative thing that you would do as a result of this new technology that would terrify the rest of your competitors in the market? I mean, if you really think about it, is money the barrier that stops you doing these things? So if you really want to reinvent your organizations, you've got to actually ask those big CEO-shaped questions, which is, how do we not just do things a little bit better? How do we be different? And this is kind of a checklist. Scale, speed, sustainability, security, and scope. Fortunately, they all begin with S. But for me, these are the kinds of ways in which your organizations will be different if you get this right. Scale, you know, in other words, can you grow without putting on massive amounts of overhead? Can you leverage more productivity from your people? Speed, how quickly can you respond to new opportunities as they rise and the marketplace? Sustainability, don't be in any doubt, big tech is the next big tobacco, right? They're already talking now about to power these new data centers, they're going to need to build nuclear power plants next to them. Amazon just bought a nuclear power plant to run a data center last year. They won't be the last. Security, we already talked about those Zoom calls, you know. Your ability to build security into your AI models is going to be key to your survival. And of course, scope. It's not enough just to do what you did yesterday a bit better. What are the new things you could never have done that you can now leverage? And this is the thing we have to think about. What does it mean to be a leader in a world in which you may not have 50 people working for you or 50,000 people, but 50 algorithms or 50 robots, right? Do you need the same skills? And it's not about just learning about technology. It's about walking this delicate pathway with, on one side, understanding human complexity, and the other side, understanding computation and technology. And this is not an easy path that we're going to have to walk, all of us, in the next 10 years. But the three questions I think that should be on your mind are these. Number one, how can you really drive growth in the next 10 years by improving employee productivity, right? This is not as easy as you think. You saw how they're using generative AI, summarizing documents and writing emails, right? Those things are reinforcing each other. So if people are now writing a lot more emails and summarizing a lot more emails, that's not a lot more productivity, right? That's people wasting time. So it's a complicated question. Secondly, can you align your AI systems with your internal data and values so they can actually be trusted? Because whatever they say about human in the loop, if you can't trust the AI system for the AIs to do the work themselves, once again, you're not going to get any productivity growth. Thirdly, how do you time your investments? When's the right time to invest in new technology and talent? Getting that right can make all the difference. How on earth do you prepare for a world like that? Well, you've got to think big. You've got to think new. But most importantly, you have to think quick. Because if there's one thing I can tell you, it's this. The future is now. Thank you very much.